What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, The Stone Mandalorian. I'm the Stone Mando. You can call me Cody, whichever you would prefer. And today I'm going to be, I just kind of want to take a quick second to talk about shopping locally, local toy stores, local comic shops, thrift stores, stuff like that. Um, Sometimes it can be better than going and buying from the big box stores just because you can develop relationships with the owners or the managers, people that work these places, and get access to some really good deals. You can even exchange numbers and say like, "Hey, I'm looking for this, this, and this. Could you let me know when if you come across something or if it comes by the shop?" But being able to help at these local places rather than just spending, just giving all your money to these big box corporations, big box stores, which is fine. That's totally fine. But you never know what you might find in a comic shop. Figures that are older, that haven't been re-released, that are getting a little more rare, or even like slightly newer figures that you don't want to pay full top dollar for. You can find used or whatnot, and it's just there's nothing wrong with buying pre-owned figures, and I feel like that's the way to go for the most part, especially for adult collectors. We have bills and finances, we have houses, apartments, healthcare, whatever else. We all have financial responsibilities in real life. Being able to do this is a privilege, not a right. Collecting. Um, that being said, you just never know what you're going to come across when you go into these little local comic stores. You dig through these loose bins or through the loose baskets and look through comics, look through old boxes and stuff like that. You just never know what you're going to find. I was just recently at a different comic shop that I usually go to, a place called Heroes and Dragons, but there's this other place called LT Toys. They just moved to a new location, and it's looking really great in there. They did a great job moving everything over. They were in a little strip mall. Now they have their own building, which is awesome. But really great selection. They had G.I. Joes, Master of the Universe, NECA, Black Series, Kenner, Marvel, anything you're looking for or you collect, they probably had it in there. But like I was saying, just going in there, you never know what you're going to find. Like I said, you can develop relationships with the owners or the managers and like kind of develop a friendship. You go in there and spend some money, and they might even, after a while, hook you up if you try to just talk to them and communicate and be respectful and stuff like that. But like I was saying, I went to a the new local store, and I found some insane snags. The first one I'm going to start off with is actually this Probe Droid. And this is a figure that's hard to come by, especially in the wild. But if you look on the aftermarket, it's hard to find for under 60, 70 bucks, you know? And I got him for 30 with the base, the acrylic stand and everything. All the arms work. There's a lot of paint and deco, or not deco, but there's a lot of paint and sculpting on this figure. And I'm just super stoked to have it, man. And I'm probably going to do a review on all these, of course. I like to try to wait till I get something in box so y'all can see the packaging as well. But my wife pointed it out to me and she said, "Babe, what's that?" And I just started geeking, and I had to have it. 30 bucks, dude. It was a no brainer, but it looks fantastic. Super stoked to finally have a probe droid. And then next up, I got Admiral Piet for 16 bucks, dude. $16. So Admiral Piet is a kind of a hard to find figure. I wouldn't say a super expensive figure by any means, but um, just on that old typical, that old officer, Imperial officer buck. But the likeness, the photoreal looks very much like the actor who played Admiral Piet. Because with the removable hat, which is awesome. He also has a blaster, which is in the box right here. Not sure what blaster this is, but he does come with it. So for 16 bucks, man, I just thought that was so cool. And I've been looking for Piet and just trying to find him for a decent price. This is a little bit of an older figure. Can't remember exactly when he came out, but well, here, I'll tell you real quick. I'll look on the bottom of the shoe, and it should tell me. So this figure came out. Oh, this one doesn't have a date. Okay. Anyways, so about 16 bucks, Admiral Piet. I'm always down for. I don't have many Imperial officers in my collection, so that's pretty sweet. Next up, I got a loose C-3PO for 12 bucks, and I'm gonna do some weathering up on this one to make him look like he looked in A New Hope. Give him like a nice rust patina going on. Give him a nice dark wash. But 12 bucks, dude, I couldn't pass that up. Like I said, I've been wanting to get an extra one so I could do a little bit of weathering on it, make a Star Wars 77 version. So super happy to pick up that as well. Then I also got Bo-Katan for 14 bucks loose. And she is complete. She has her helmet and both her blasters. So 14 bucks, easy, easy choice, man. And then last off, for the side-by-sides, other than the probe droid, this is the one that most excited me. And this is the Gamorrean Guard, 28 bucks, man. That's about, I believe this was a deluxe figure, so you're talking $3.99, $33.99. But this figure just got insane sculpting. It's got some incredible paint all over it. Articulated jaw, comes with both the axes and the staff weapon, spear, whatever you like to call it. Some really cool soft goods in the line that do the figure justice. So I only have one other of these, and I have it on card, and I would like to keep it that way. I have some figure shields coming for some Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary card backs, but I wanted to get another Gamorrean or two just to have next to Jabba. So 28 bucks, dude. This and the probe droid, I was super stoked, especially the probe droid. I'm probably most excited for this because the Gamorrean guards are still kind of easy to come across for a decent price, but they're hard to find for under 30, 35. So 28, I was pretty happy about. But this is gonna be a quick video. That's all I got. I tried to restrain my wallet. My wife was actually helping me find these, and dude, I had so many other figures. I had a couple Marvel Legends in my hand. I like a couple McFarlane figures, and I was like, okay, we shouldn't have come today. This is too much. But yeah, I got some pretty cool stuff, man. I had to cut in here real quick because I actually went to my usual comic shop, Heroes and Dragons, here in South Carolina, and I picked up a couple other figures that I forgot that I grabbed. I actually shared these on in our Treat Your Shelf segment on me and my buddy Hyperdrive's show, the Stone and Hyper show, our last live stream. I showed these off, but just real quick, I thought I'd rifle through them real quick in this video, and this just goes to show that you never know what you're going to find. But I went in there and I found a complete loose Carnage for 20 bucks, man. And this is the somewhat newer retro carded Spider-Man Carnage. And the sculpting and paint on this figure is just so awesome. You have all the tendrils that come out his back and his legs. Just look at that paint, man. All that sculpting and that clean paint. But looks really good. And for 20 bucks, man, and complete, had other alternate hands and the other alternate head. Actually, I'm sorry, it's missing one head, but other than that, it's complete. It is missing one alternate head, but it's got the one that was my favorite, so I didn't care. But 20 bucks, man, it's just so worth checking out. Sometimes you never know. And then I actually picked up. I already own this figure, but I had to pick up another one. 40 bucks for the Black Symbiote Spider-Man. I know that's not a deal per se, but it's a lot cheaper than what you can find for it on the aftermarket sometimes. You might be able to find it for 40 on the aftermarket, but it's a lots more scarce at that price, I'll tell you that. But this is my second one. I have one up on my Spider-Man shelf, and I wanted to get an extra one to have as like a little desk buddy, little desk figure, just because this is probably one of my, if not my favorite Spider-Man costume of all time. Introduced in the late 80s. It was actually a fan idea, and they just kind of ran with it. Changed the fan idea, had the red eyes and the red spider, but they changed it to white. This is supposed to be like his stealth suit, but I love that figure so much, man. And then let me see. Last up, I got two more. This one is a brand new IG-12 with Grogu, and I actually picked this up for 20 bucks loose. It's only missing two ends out. This is a deluxe figure, so $33.99. And I picked this up for my nephew for Christmas. He specifically asked me to get him this, so I seen it, and I had it in my cart, in my Amazon cart, and then my wife was looking through the bins and found all these other ones, and they came across. I was like, I got to get this for my nephew. So 20 bucks for that is an absolute steal, and I think he's really going to enjoy. I've been trying to get him I've gotten him two Black Series figures so far. Me and my wife got him a Snowman Snow Trooper for Christmas last year. Me and my wife bought it, and then I got him a Dagobah Luke Skywalker single release. He loved that, so I think he's really. He asked me specifically for this one, so I think he's going to be excited for it. And then last up, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Spider-Mans, whatever, but I believe this is the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. It's got the bigger eyes and one of the best Spider-Man bucks that's out there. Articulation is out of this world. It was complete. Came with the Peter Parker face sculpt. All the came with two pairs of fists, two pairs of open hand gestures, and two web shooting hands. But this is a fantastic looking figure. I've heard a lot about this buck, and it's a lot of people praise this mold for how awesome it is. And you want your Spider-Man to be dynamic and well articulated because he's a very agile character, agile fighter. He needs to be able to move, but I like the big eyes too, man. It's just so cool. Kind of like how Todd McFarlane used to draw him. He always drew his Spider-Man with bigger eyes. But yeah, I had to share those off real quick too. And I actually had one more figure that I snagged, and this one's actually very sentimental to me, just because I had this exact figure. This is not the exact figure, but this is the exact figure, the same kind of figure that I had growing up with my brother. And this was me and my brother's one of our favorite Batman toys. I forget what year this came out, but it was early 2000s. But I've seen this, and he's just a little bit wet. This is an older figure, like I said, from the early 2000s. He was a little bit. If you've ever bought any old Kenner figures or anything, you take them out the package. Sometimes the plastics in there can get a little, like, they start to weather down and get a little sticky and gunky to the touch. Well, this Batman had that problem. But something that you can do to help that is submerge them in cold, soapy water, and that pulls the stickiness right off of the plastic. Like this thing, especially his cowl here, was extremely sticky to the touch. Now it's super smooth and clean as ever. This also has a soft goods cape, which was one of me and my brother's. We just thought that was so cool, and just the sculpt is pretty neat as well. Now this is like I said, this is older. There's no elbow articulation, just a single hinge ball joint. There's a little bit of rotation at the waist, and then you got this single pinned jointed knee. So it is a dated figure, but like I said, it was very sentimental to me because I had this exact one growing up with my brother. It was one of our favorite Batman toys, and for $15, the paint looked good. All the points of articulation were very tight. So I had to pick them up. My wife did a great job helping me find all these figures. She's got a great eye for figure hunting. So love you, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But the premise of this video to not only show off all this cool stuff that I got, but just something that's really cool. Oh, something else was just noticed. It's got glove swivel. That's pretty cool. Or forearm swivel. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. Check out your local stores, your local comic shops and toy stores, and try to get to know the owners. Don't go in there begging for a discount or anything, but just go in there, try to shop what you can, try to look for what you like, and try to go in there as frequently as you can. Spend a decent amount if you can, and over time, if it's a cool owner, sometimes it might not work this way, but if it's a cool owner, a lot of the time, if you just get to know them and try to talk to them, and you never know what kind of deals you're going to get. Like I said, I got all this. It's like my third or fourth time going to this comic shop, all this stuff. And it was like $100 and something worth of stuff. And then they ended up docking it down a little bit because I was just getting so much. So the people that work at these stores, they really do appreciate your business. And it's helping put food on their table, man. So that is really all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to show off what I got recently at my local comic shop. And also to emphasize on just trying to support local businesses if you can, especially with toys or comics. If anything that you're into, if you got something local that's within your price range, like I know some comic shops they kind of upcharge a little bit, but I don't mind paying $3 or $4 or $5 extra to help a little if it's from a comic shop. Like shit, Big Bad adds $1 onto every figure that they do. If it's whatever retailers, they add $1 or $2 or whatever. But as far as a local comic shop goes or a local toy shop, I don't mind paying a couple extra bucks for something new, just to help them make some money. You know what I mean? But then you go in there and you find this older stuff, and for decently cheap, stuff that you would have to look all over eBay for. And I don't know, man. I just think it's worth it. It's a lot of fun. If you have kids or your significant other and y'all, it's just a really fun time to. It's just a good way to have a day trip. You just go get some lunch, go get something to eat, go get some coffee, and then run around and check out some comic shops, or go on a Target run, whatever you feel like doing. But well, if you can't stay away from Target, try. Like I said, the premise of this video was kind of to emphasize on checking out local comic shops if you have them near you. That's another thing is some people. I used to live in the country where it was Like the only thing that was close was like a gas station. That was 10 minutes away. All the other stores were like 20, 30, 40 minutes away. But that being said, now that I'm living in a neighborhood and I'm more in a suburban city or area, I guess you could say, or a rural area, I have a lot more access to local comic shops and stores and stuff like that. But that being said, if you don't fret. Keep buying from your big bad Target, Walmart. There's nothing wrong with that. But you just never know what you're going to find at these local comic shops and figures that have been sitting in there for years and years. You just don't you don't never know what you're going to find, man. But that's pretty much what I'm going to end this video on. Check out your local comic shops. You can find some really good deals on stuff, man. Like I just $14 Bo-Katan, 16 Admiral Piet, $12 C3PO, $30 Probe Droid, $30 $28 Gamorrean Guard, and the $15 old school Batman. You just can't go wrong in my opinion, man. Like I said, I know some comic shops will slightly upcharge because I know they're trying to make their money, but you just got to go in there and get what you can, get what appeals to you, what you like, and it's really that simple, man. But I'm gonna keep this kind of short. It was just a quick little video. I wanted to show off what I got, talk about some local comic shops. Go check them out. You never know what you'll find. I've had nothing but positive experiences. You might find one or two that ain't all that, but a lot of the times the people that own and operate these, they appreciate you coming in and spending your hard-earned money. But I hope you're all having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I really do appreciate you checking out the video. Leave me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Go check out some of my other content. I hope you enjoyed that as well. Mostly Black Series Star Wars based, but I do Marvel Legends, NECA, some DC, Marvel, whatever I think is cool and I find fascinating, and I want to share my thoughts and opinions with y'all. But like I said, I hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. May the Force be with you.